Everybody, holy fucking shit. I don't swear on this channel very much. I also don't spit up on this channel very much. Um, Garrett Crochet just signed a $170 million extension to be with the Boston Red Sox for the next 6 seasons. We got him. We fucking got him, guys. We got our guy. We got our dog. We got our pig. He is going to be the next Cy Young winner in a Red Sox uniform, and we have him for 6 more years. Holy shit. Let's talk about it. Oh, God. All of this stuff just happened as I was just getting home from work. Jeff Passan posted this at 6:24. It is 6:49 my time. So within the past 30 minutes, this has all kind of happened. Jeff Passan's dropping the monster bomb out of nowhere. No whispers, no reports, no nothing on this. But left-hander Garrett Crochet and the Boston Red Sox are in agreement on a 6-year, $170 million contract extension, sources tell ESPN. The deal starts in 2026 and includes opt-outs after 2030, by far the largest deal ever for a pitcher with 4+ years of service. He follows that up with saying, Garrett Crochet's $170 million deal with the Red Sox does not include any deferred money per sources. The previous record for a 4+ player was Jacob deGrom's 5-year, $137.5 million deal, which included an opt-out after the 4th season. Crochet can opt out at 31 years old. This is crazy shit, guys. So if you guys have been on this channel before, we have talked a Crochet extension and what it could look like. And this was around the time that they traded for him. At the time, I thought they might have overpaid slightly for him. You know, in my mind, it was still kind of an overpay with the concept that the Red Sox only had 2 years of control, right? Because you gave up Montgomery. Braden Montgomery, not Benny Montgomery, Braden Montgomery. You gave up Kyle Teal, Chase Mydroff's a really nice player, Wickman Gonzalez is whatever, but you gave up 2 really big prospects, a third nice prospect for a pitcher who, while it could be an ace, maybe wins a Cy Young this year, like at the same time, it doesn't equate to 12 years in my mind of Teal and Montgomery potentially, especially Montgomery has like MVP type potential. So you look at this and I was like, even after all the stuff, the spring training, everything, I'm like, yeah, if the Red Sox win a World Series, it's totally worth it. But at the same time, it stung a little bit. And it's always in the back of my mind. And I know that's a contentious take by some people. So there's a lot of people out there that are just like, this was a win. What are you even talking about? And I totally respect that opinion. I get it. And if the Red Sox perform with Garrett Crochet and they only had it from 2 years, like, I'm not going to complain about that at all. But it was always, we need him longer. And the guy's 25 years old. And it was like, what kind of deal could Garrett Crochet get, right? What kind of deal could the Red Sox give to Crochet? And you look at some of the deals that were going out, like Max Fried got a $200+ million deal. You got he got a bigger deal than Corbin Burns got. And so you're just like, what kind of deal is Garrett Crochet actually going to take? And there were 2 kind of trains of thoughts with this. The first one was just give him like a 5-6 year deal, and then he can become a free agent again, you know, at a younger age. And you had this mindset of doing this during the off season. So a 6-year deal would have ended with him being 31 years old at the time of free agency, or I believe. Because you look at it, it would have been, you know, to his age 26, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31. Yeah, so he would have been 31 years old at 6 years. Now he's going to be 32 because this contract, this 6-year contract, is starting next year. It does not start this year because it's an in-season contract, so you can't like just change the contract mid-season. You could have done it before opening day, which is another point. Like maybe the Red Sox and Crochet intentionally were kind of waiting to negotiate a little bit more because, you know, the Red Sox maybe wanted to be able to have this salary of a lower price point, because Crochet right now this year is not making much. I mean, you look at this, and he I think he's only making like $4 million this year, but he's not worth that, you know. I mean, they have 2 more years of arbitration. This is the first year of arbitration. They don't make a lot of money the first year. The next year it probably would go up into double digits, but you know, $4 or $5 million, whatever it was, I can't remember off the top of my head. But again, you just weren't sure what it was going to be, the contract. So that was the first portion. Could be a 5-6 year deal. And then the other one was like, he's going to want like a 10-12 year deal and then just opt-outs. And that would be like a lower value one. You look at that, maybe it was like, yeah, maybe he gets a $300 million contract, which is a crazy amount of money to think about for a guy that has 33 career starts in the big leagues, right? But you give him, if it's a 12-year contract and he's got an opt out after this, the AAV on that would be nothing. It'd be like $17 million, but it guarantees him this money in case his elbow just explodes. But you look at that from the Red Sox perspective, and that is a lot of risk, right? That's a lot of risk. Any pitcher's risk, but that feels like a lot more risk. And so that never felt like really an option. And so I kept going back in my mind. And I'm like, I felt like a 5-year deal at $110 million made sense because you're buying out arbitration, right? Now, five years, 110, 120. It's kind of where my brain was. And so you're buying out some arbitration years, and the AAV, you keeping it a little bit lower. At the time, I think it was going to be like $24 million. And the frame of mind also was the Red Sox were still trying to stay underneath the luxury tax, which obviously they've gone over that since they've had Alex Bregman. But obviously that's all blown out the window now. Like the Bregman signing clearly was a fundamental change in how the Red Sox are viewing how they need to spend money. And John Henry, give the guy some credit. I have given him so much shit. Not even necessarily on this channel, because I haven't been super active on this channel up until this last year. But prior to this, I've given him so much shit privately and just on forums, and he finally is ponying up and putting some money on the table. I don't know if you can ever truly make up for what happened with Mookie Betts, but this is the type of stuff you lock up a guy like Crochet here. You get this type of deal in place after you sign, an Alex Bregman, and they're still talking about extending like Christian Campbell. I read your comments. I pronounce it Campbell, guys. Campbell soup. That's how I pronounce it. Christian Campbell. I'm working on it. But you get a guy like Crochet extended, and then say they do get Campbell, and they've already extended guys like Bayo and Rafaela, which is nice. But then you got like Roman Anthony coming out, Marcelo Meyer coming up. And it's just like this team. Yeah, Devers is struggling right now, but he's still got Rafael Devers. He's Rafael Devers. He's going to come around at some point. I'm not going to complain about him right now. But this team is just like, it's dangerous. Crochet is going to be one of the best pitchers in the league, and that guy's a baby, dude. He's got no miles on these arms. He was a relief pitcher his first couple years before his elbow exploded the first time. But they've rebuilt it. He's part machine now. And he is one of the best pitchers in baseball. And he is our ace. And if he performs these next 6 years, I guarantee they're going to just do what the Yankees did with Garrett Cole. And they're going to extend him. They'll give him that 10-year deal. Because, he can opt out. And he can opt out after the 4th season. So at minimum, the Red Sox are getting 5 years of control with Garrett Crochet here. Because he can opt out after the 2030 season. Which this is 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, shit. 6 years of Garrett Crochet. Look at me learn how to do some math right on the stream. 6 years of Crochet, guys. 6 years. So we have 5 full years of control. I bet you anything that's got to be why the money's so high. Because, I was saying earlier, 110, $120 million. I think the Red Sox, maybe they wanted to limit opt-outs. I bet you anything that's what it was. And so they gave him an opt-out of the 5th year. If my math is correct. If my math is right. If my math is correct, it's after the 5th year that they give him an opt-out. And so let's try to look up some other... Oh, here we got the Crochet extension. So we're going to start searching for some guys here, just get some more context in this. But it is just... It's a great deal for the team. There it is. Yep, see? There we go. 1, 2, 3. Yes for house. 6, 7. Okay, Red Sox stats. Oh, wait, no. Dang it. Math strikes again. It is after 5 years. Oh my goodness. All right, so we just went through all of that, but it doesn't really matter at this point. We got Garrett Crochet. We got him for 5 years. The points that I was trying to make still make sense. If the Red Sox, if he's done well over these 5 years, they'll just give him an 8-9 year extension, give him $400 million at that point. Hopefully he's won a couple Cy Youngs or placed in the top 5 for 5 straight years. Like that's what you want. That's what I think you can get. I think Crochet's got that talent in him. You go back to his baseball savant here, and it's just unreal what this guy can do. Like, we look at these stats over and over again. It's like these are mediocre stats, and I've said this so many times, but it's this strikeout rate, the walk rate here. This is the elite stuff, guys. I mean, you look at this from 2024 here. His K percentage, 98th percentile. That's nasty. Walk percentage, 87th percentile. That's crazy. And that he was doing all of this with just a fastball. And you got Andrew Bailey, who is the breaking ball off speed guru. And so if he was mediocre and below average with that, just relying on his fastball, he's only going to get better, guys. Like there's just so much to get excited about with Garrett Crochet. And now that he's going to be here for 5 years, this trade, it's perfect. I don't care. You take Kyle Teal, take Braden Montgomery. I hope he wins an MVP for you. But we got our dog. It is so hard to find good pitching. You can find hitters, and we will have hitters. And that is again the point that like I can get over. It's like if Braden Montgomery develops and he becomes a perennial all-star type guy, which I think he's going to. I think he's going to be a 3x time all-star at least. And if you look at that and it's like, okay, well, yeah, that's a player you want to keep on your team, but where's he going to play, really? I mean, you got Duran, you got Abreu, who he's the best player in the world right now outside of Aaron Judge, who's our regular season hero. But I mean, realistically speaking, I mean, you got Abreu, you got Duran, you got Rafaela, Rafaela's going to be around. Like, whether he ends up being more like a super utility fourth outfielder type guy this season heading into the future years, he's going to be around. And then you still have Roman Anthony, who is just the best prospect in baseball. He hit 2 home runs in his second game. He absolutely smoked one, 412 feet. It was like 110 miles per hour off the bat. It's just what he does. And then he hit an opposite field home run, too. So you have this lineup, and it's like, where's Braden Montgomery going to go? Kyle Teal obviously is the one that would make sense. He would fit into this roster well. But, I mean, it's fine. You can work with what you got at the catcher. Like, not most teams aren't going to have a great catcher. And Kyle Teal could be a great catcher, but he's more likely to be an average to a little bit above average catcher, which is still, really good. If he can be a guy that bats like 270 plus with some home runs, yeah, great. But it doesn't matter anymore. Like none of this stuff matters. We're talking about it. I'm talking about it, but it doesn't matter because you got what you needed. You got what you wanted, and Craig Breslow did his fucking job. John Henry did his job. They finally are doing their job with this ownership group. And it has been so long coming. And I don't know what to do with myself here. This is, again, not planned. I wish I had more information to kind of give to you right now. Because apparently it's kind of inconsistent in terms of like even how I'm counting on my fingers. But there's just so much to be excited about with this. Shout out Red Sea. He's an awesome dude. But I can't tell you how important this was for the Red Sox to be able to do and how fast it happened. I mean, you could have pictured this lingering out for a while. Honestly, there were a lot of people even talking where it was like, hey, the Red Sox, they are going to drag this out. It's going to go to the next offseason, and this contract's going to be a $300 million contract after he wins the Cy Young this year. And they didn't let that happen. They didn't let it happen. They got Garrett right here, Red Sox payroll. They got Garrett Crochet for 7 years, $173.8 million with some escalators, I guess. There's in there. Yep, and this is Red Sox payroll. This is exactly the point that I was just making. It feels much more palatable. That is exactly what I was just saying. He posted this 48 seconds ago, so I'm not just like copying his homework. This is just actually my opinion on this. And I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is a lot to take in, a lot to understand. This was a very raw type video. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm still recovering from having completely lost my voice over the past week. I mean, zero voice whatsoever. So I have another video that I want to make talking about the Red Sox pitching as we head into the season. And I had intended for that to be out yet, but I physically couldn't even record it. And my voice is still not even recovering, but I have to make this video, right? This is just too important to be able to get out there, and I'm so excited for this team. It's been a bad start to the year, but at the same time, there's things to be excited about. Christian Campbell is looking really good out there, and Rookie of the Year. He's going to win Rookie of the Year, MVP the next 5 years, but outside of that, I mean, it's a great day to be a Red Sox fan. on a day that the Red Sox lost, and that's not always the case. And honestly, I couldn't care less what's happened the first 5 games of the season. Now that we have this news, I mean, this changes kind of everything. And I know they didn't do that move for me to feel better about the start of the season, but damn if I don't feel better, because having this guy for the next 5 years, it makes up for anything that has happened over the last 5 games. Devers can strike out 30 times in a row from here on out, and I feel okay about it for a little bit longer because we got Garrett Crochet, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this type of stuff. I do some of this type of commentary semi-regularly. I mean, I don't know what the sixth season is going to be like, guys. I'm still working on the channel, still trying to figure out exactly what you guys like. I think there are some things that I really want to do. It's just a matter of time for me. So this is a fun one. I like doing this type of stuff, and you'll see a lot more highlights. I mean, we're in the season now. There's some unique highlights, minor league highlights. You'll see a lot of that type of stuff, and then there'll be some edited stuff and some raw, unfiltered stuff, I guess. So thanks for sticking in for me. Appreciate it. We will have some more stuff coming to you probably by tomorrow. So appreciate all of you guys. You have a good night. We got Garrett Crochet. All right. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye. Oh, yeesh.